Very frustrating. The Better Business Bureau just sent out a warning about this new scam that looks like your card has been declined, but actually it's been copied and stolen.
You're at the ATM, swiping your debit card like always, but hidden inside the machine, a tiny device is already stealing your info, and your money will be gone before you get home. In 2024, over 76,000 victims reported debit card fraud to the FTC, with losses in the billions. And if you're over 50, you're the #1 target. Scammers know you're more likely to use debit cards and less likely to spot the tricks. Today, we're exposing 17 payment scams draining accounts right now. Make sure you watch all 17. The final one is how people are losing their entire retirement savings in under an hour, and most never see it coming. 1. The classic ATM skimmer trap. You're rushing to grab cash after work. The machine looks completely normal, but as you insert your card, it's already game over. Scammers have glued a fake reader over the slot, perfectly matching the ATM's color and texture. When you slide your card in, the device captures everything from your magnetic stripe. Meanwhile, a pinhole camera or fake keypad overlay records your PIN. Within hours, they clone your card and empty your account. The FBI counted roughly 231,000 debit cards compromised by skimming in 2024 alone. Most victims said they had no idea anything was wrong. One 63-year-old Arizona man had his card cloned and used at 9 different ATMs across 2 states, all within 3 hours of using a compromised machine at his local pharmacy. He lost $2,400 before his bank flagged the activity. To protect yourself, tug on the card reader before inserting your card. If it's loose or looks different from the rest of the machine, walk away and alert the bank. Cover your PIN entry with your hand every single time. Use contactless tap payments or banking apps when possible, and set up transaction alerts so you're notified the moment your card is used. But here's where it gets personal. While you're out here trying to protect yourself from street criminals with skimmers, there's a far bigger threat draining accounts, and this one hijacks your phone number without ever touching your device. 2. SIM swap theft. You're at home. Suddenly your phone loses signal. No calls, no texts, just no service on the screen. You assume it's a network outage. It's not. Criminals have just tricked your mobile carrier into moving your phone number to a new SIM card, one they control. Now every 2-factor authentication code, every password reset link, every bank verification text goes straight to them. Within minutes, they're logging into your accounts and draining everything. The FCC reports a 400% surge in SIM swap complaints over recent years. Account takeovers, including SIM swap attacks, now make up 36% of all fraud reports. One 71-year-old retiree in Florida lost $68,000 in under 2 hours after a SIM swap. Her carrier approved the transfer with nothing more than her date of birth and billing address. The brutal truth: carriers know their verification is weak. Training minimum wage employees to spot social engineering costs money. So they accept the fraud losses as a cost of doing business, while you spend months fighting to recover funds that may never come back. To protect yourself, call your carrier today and add a PIN or password required for any account changes. It's called a port freeze or SIM lock. Switch to app-based authenticators like Google Authenticator instead of SMS codes for banking. And if your phone suddenly loses service for no reason, call your carrier immediately from another phone and assume the worst. Protecting your phone helps, but what about scammers who are lurking at gas stations, waiting for you to swipe? 3. Gas pump skimmers. You pull into a gas station on a long drive. You stick your card in the pump, fill up, grab the receipt, and get back on the road. But a thief has already recorded your card number and PIN, and you won't know until your account is empty. Gas stations are prime targets because the payment terminals are isolated with minimal supervision. Criminals can install skimmers inside pump card readers in less than 60 seconds, and they can go undetected for months. These internal skimmers are completely invisible from the outside. They sit between the pump's legitimate reader and its internal computer, capturing every transaction. The FTC reported over 10,000 pump fraud cases in 2024, with average losses of $500 per victim. One 58-year-old Texas woman reported $4,200 in fraudulent charges traced back to a single fill-up at a highway station. She didn't notice for 3 days. By then, her account was empty and the skimmer was long gone. But here's the part that burns. Those security seals on the pump door are supposed to show tampering, but criminals now use heat guns to peel them off and reapply them without a trace. And when you dispute the charges, your bank often calls it customer authorized because your card was physically present. Good luck proving a skimmer was there after it's already been removed. To protect yourself, use gas stations with visible security cameras and well-lit areas. Check for broken or peeling security tape on the card reader panel. Use pumps closest to the building where attendants can see them. And whenever possible, pay inside with cash or use a credit card. Credit cards offer better fraud protection than debit. Ever been hit with mystery charges after filling up your tank? Drop your story in the comments. You might not be the only one who used that pump. The pump scam requires a physical device, but the next one, all they need is a sticker and your phone. 4. QR code phishing. You're running late for a doctor's appointment. You pull into a parking spot, see a QR code on the meter, and scan it to pay. The page looks official. You enter your card details, hit submit, and rush off. But you didn't just pay for parking. You just handed your card to a scammer. Criminals now glue fake QR stickers over legitimate ones on parking meters, restaurant tables, and charity donation signs. When you scan, you're sent to a look-alike payment page that captures your card data or triggers an immediate payment you approve without realizing. In 2024, combined losses from QR payment fraud reached $2.09 billion, one of the largest categories of payment fraud. One 66-year-old woman in Austin lost $800 after scanning what she thought was a city parking QR code. The money was gone before she reached her appointment. To protect yourself, never scan QR codes on public stickers. Open the official parking app or website manually by typing the address. Check the URL carefully before entering any payment info. If it looks misspelled or sketchy, don't proceed. And only use card on file in apps you've installed yourself from official app stores. QR scams are low-tech, but the next one uses your phone to hijack your money through apps you trust. 5. Payment app impersonation. Your phone rings. The caller ID shows your bank's name. A polite voice tells you there's been suspicious activity on your account. Someone tried to send $500 through Zelle. They're calling to help you stop it. They walk you through opening your Zelle app and sending the money to a safe account while they investigate. You're stressed, you trust them, you hit send. And just like that, your money is gone. The FTC reports $1.25 billion lost to fraudulent payments in 2024, with peer-to-peer apps like Zelle and Venmo topping the list. A 72-year-old Miami grandmother sent $1,000 to a fake bank representative, and the bank couldn't reverse it because she authorized the transfer herself. The brutal truth? Zelle and Venmo are designed to protect senders, not receivers. Once you authorize a payment, even under pressure, even while being lied to, the platforms classify it as user error and close the case. You absorb the loss. They move on. To protect yourself, never move money because a caller tells you to, no matter how official they sound. Hang up and call your bank directly using the number on your card or statement. Treat peer-to-peer payments like cash. Once it's sent, it's gone unless the recipient agrees to return it. If a phone call can trick you into sending money, wait until you see how scammers get you to refund them money that was never real. 6. The overpayment refund scam, Zelle reversal. You're selling something online. A buyer messages you, polite, quick to respond, ready to pay immediately through Zelle. The money shows up in your account. Your balance increases. You can see it. Then they message, OMG, I accidentally sent too much. Can you please refund the extra? You check your account. The money is there. So you send back the overpayment and ship the item. Everything seems done. A week later, you wake up to a notification. Zelle has reversed the original payment. Why? Because the buyer never used their own money. They used a stolen bank account. When the real owner filed a fraud complaint, the bank reversed the transfer and pulled the money straight out of your account. Now your refund is gone, the item you shipped is gone, and the original payment has vanished like it never existed. In 2024, U.S. consumers reported $12.5 billion in total fraud losses, a 25% jump from 2023, with overpayment and fake refund scams involved in over half of cases. To protect yourself, never refund money to someone you don't know, even if the payment appears in your account. Wait several days for payments to fully clear before shipping anything. Use escrow services on marketplaces when possible. And if anyone pressures you to refund quickly, that's your biggest red flag. Pause and verify. That scam exploits trust. But the next one doesn't need you to do anything. Just have a card that exists. 7. Card not present testing and BIN attacks. You wake up to a notification. $1.07 charged to Google Play. You didn't buy anything. You shrug it off, maybe a mistake, but that tiny charge wasn't a glitch. It was a test, and now they know your card is live. While skimming and physical theft get attention, scammers are increasingly working online. They run thousands of card number combinations against checkout forms to find live debit cards, then drain them. In coordinated attacks, fraud rings use BIN lists, your bank's identification numbers, and bots to guess working card combinations. In some regions, fraudulent e-money payments jumped from 3.3 million euros in 2023 to 25.6 million euros in 2024. Here's how it works. Scammers get partial card info from data breaches, phishing texts, or skimmers. They test your card with micro charges, $1 on iTunes, 50 cents on a donation site. If it goes through, they know your card is active. Then they hit hard. Gift cards, electronics, cash withdrawals. That's why you wake up to $500 plus in charges you never made. To protect yourself, enable transaction alerts for every purchase, no matter how small. If you see a microcharge you don't recognize, freeze your card immediately and call your bank. Use virtual or disposable card numbers for online purchases when possible, and only enter card details on websites you trust. Online theft is invisible, but the next scam happens right at the ATM, and almost everyone falls for it. 8. The ATM card trap scheme. You insert your card at the ATM. It doesn't come back out. You wait, press buttons, try cancel. Nothing. Frustrated, you assume the machine ate it. You figure you'll call the bank tomorrow and walk away. That was the worst thing you could have done! A thin plastic sleeve was inserted into the card slot before you arrived. Your card went in, got stuck, and never reached the real reader. After you leave, a criminal removes the sleeve, retrieves your card, and having recorded your PIN with a hidden camera, immediately withdraws everything. The Secret Service confirmed over $1.8 billion was stolen through ATM-related fraud in 2023. Police reports consistently show trapped card thefts near convenience stores and shopping malls, where machines get less oversight. What banks won't tell you, if you walk away from a trapped card without reporting it immediately, they often classify subsequent withdrawals as cardholder negligence. You left your card. As far as their system is concerned, everything after that is on you. To protect yourself, never walk away from an ATM that keeps your card. Call your bank immediately from a safe phone number while standing at the machine. Always cover your PIN. Even if you don't see a camera, assume one is watching. And whenever possible, use ATMs inside bank branches where tampering is harder and monitoring is constant. That scam preys on frustration. But the next one preys on something even more powerful, your generosity. 9. Fake charity and donation scams. You see a post on Facebook, a photo of a child in a hospital bed, a heartfelt story, a link to donate. It tugs at your heart. You click, enter your card number, and feel good about helping. But the charity doesn't exist, and your card details are already being sold on the dark web. Scammers create slick websites, emotional social media posts, and even fake GoFundMe pages that look completely legitimate. They copy real charity logos, blast QR codes everywhere, and slide into DMs claiming to be from the Red Cross or local disaster relief. The median fraud loss reported in 2024 was $497 per victim, small enough that many people don't immediately notice, but devastating when multiplied across thousands of donors. To protect yourself, only donate through verified charity websites you navigate to directly, not through links in emails, texts, or social media posts. Use virtual card numbers or payment services that hide your real card details. And never give card information over chat or DM, no matter how urgent the request seems. That scam weaponizes kindness, but the next one targets something you might not expect, your invoices. Hey, if you're learning how to protect yourself from these scams, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest security alerts. Share this with a friend or family member who needs to hear it. It could save them thousands. 10. Invoice fraud and business email compromise. You're a freelancer or small business owner. A client emails you with updated payment instructions for an invoice, new bank details, same logo, same professional tone. You send the payment, then wait. A week later, the real client calls asking where their work is. That's when you realize you just wired $3,000 to a scammer who hijacked the email thread. Business email. Compromise isn't just a corporate problem. Scammers target anyone who pays invoices. Freelancers, contractors, retirees paying for home services. They compromise email accounts or spoof vendor addresses, then change the bank details on legitimate legitimate invoices. The 2025 AFP Payments Fraud Survey found 79% of organizations experienced payment fraud attempts in 2024, with invoice manipulation as a primary method. But individuals get hit just as hard and often have less recourse. To protect yourself, always verify bank detail changes by calling a known phone number. Never reply to the email that sent the new instructions. For large payments, use a two-person approval process if possible. And if something feels rushed or off, trust your gut and verify before sending anything. That scam exploits routine, but the next one exploits something you check every day, your email inbox. 11. Subscription payment, update phishing. You get an email from Netflix. Your payment failed. Update your card now to avoid suspension. The logo looks right. The colors match. You click the link and enter your card details to fix the problem. But the email wasn't from Netflix, and you just gave your card to a scammer. These phishing emails mimic real subscription services, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, Netflix, and claim your account needs urgent attention. The links lead to fake billing portals that capture your card number, CVV, passwords, and sometimes even your bank login. According to the FTC, phishing remains the most reported scam in America, with over 1.1 million reports in 2023 alone, more than any other fraud category. The infuriating part? These fake emails slip past spam filters because scammers buy expired domains from real companies. The email looks legitimate because technically it's coming from a domain that once belonged to a real business. Once they have your card, criminals test it with small charges before making big purchases. You might not notice the $1 authorization, but you'll notice the $800 electronics order that follows. To protect yourself, never update payment information through email links. Go directly to the service's official app or website. Use virtual card numbers for subscriptions so your real card can't be stolen. And if an email creates urgency, act now or lose access. That's your signal to slow down and verify. That scam uses urgency, but the next one uses something far more powerful: emotion. 12. Pig butchering and romance fraud. Someone messages you online. They're kind, attentive, interested in your life. Over weeks, maybe months, you develop a real connection. Then they mention an investment opportunity, a platform where they've made great returns. They want to share it with you. You deposit money. You see profits growing on screen. Then when you try to withdraw, fees appear. The account locks, and the person who said they cared about you vanishes. This is called pig butchering. Scammers fatten you up emotionally, then slaughter your bank account. It blends romance fraud with fake investment platforms, and victims over 50 are the primary targets. In 2024 alone, 7,626 victims aged 60 and older lost $389 million to these scams, according to the FTC. The cruelty runs deep. These aren't just financial crimes. They're emotional manipulation designed to exploit loneliness and trust. Victims often feel ashamed and don't report it, which is exactly what scammers count on. To protect yourself, never invest through links someone sends you online, no matter how much you trust them. Never send money to someone you haven't met in person. And verify any investment platform through official financial regulators before depositing a single dollar. Know someone who's been targeted by a romance scam? Share your story in the comments. It could help someone else spot the warning signs before it's too late. That scam exploits the heart, but the next one exploits something you use every day without thinking: your Bluetooth connection. 13. Bluetooth pairing attacks. You're sitting in a coffee shop, earbuds in, scrolling your phone. Everything feels normal, but an attacker across the room just hijacked your Bluetooth connection, and they're watching everything you type. In 2023, researchers at EURECOM demonstrated a set of attacks called bluffs that break how Bluetooth encrypts sessions. These flaws affect Bluetooth versions 4.2 through 5.4, meaning billions of smartphones, laptops, headphones, and wearables worldwide are potentially vulnerable. Because these attacks force weak encryption, criminals can decrypt your data, manipulate your connection, or impersonate your device, all without you noticing anything unusual. To protect yourself, check for security patches by searching Bluff's Bluetooth Vulnerability Patch, and install any updates your device manufacturer manufacturer provides. After using a Bluetooth device, go into your settings and forget it so it can't auto-reconnect without your knowledge. And if your phone starts acting strange, unexpected pop-ups, random disconnects, update your software or reset your Bluetooth settings immediately. That attack happens silently, but the next one takes over something you might rely on every day, your digital wallet. 14. Digital wallet takeover. Your phone buzzes with what looks like a bank alert asking you to verify a recent login. You tap the link, enter your details, and think nothing of it. Minutes later, someone miles away adds their device to your Apple Pay or Google Wallet, approves it through the access you just gave them, and starts tapping to pay in stores, using your money. The FTC recorded 1.1 million reports of payment fraud in 2023, and cybersecurity firms report sharp increases in digital wallet takeovers. Once criminals have access, they don't just steal one card, they access all of them, plus your stored payment history and personal data. What Apple and Google won't advertise, once a criminal adds their device to your wallet, transactions look completely legitimate. Your bank sees a verified device making purchases. When you file a fraud claim, they ask why you shared your login. You didn't, but try proving that. To protect yourself, never open links from texts claiming to be your bank. Instead, call your bank directly using the number on your card. Enable biometric authentication, fingerprint or Face ID on your wallet apps. Set up alerts for every transaction, and if you see an unfamiliar wallet notification, freeze your card immediately and assume your account is compromised. That scam hijacks your wallet, but the next one builds an entire fake website to steal your card in seconds. 15. Fake payment portals. You find a great deal online. The checkout page looks professional. Clean design, familiar logos, secure padlock icon. You enter your card number and hit submit, but the site is a clone, and your card details just went straight to criminals. Fraudsters now create entire websites that mimic legitimate stores, delivery companies, and government payment pages. In MasterCard's 2025 Digital Trust Report, thousands of legitimate sites were found infected or impersonated, contributing to millions in payment compromises worldwide. Some fake portals even show a payment failed message to trick you into entering your card details multiple times, giving scammers backup copies of your information. To protect yourself, avoid paying on unfamiliar sites you reach through ads, emails, or message links. Type the website address directly into your browser. Look for subtle misspellings in the URL. Enable one-time virtual card numbers for online purchases when your bank offers them. And if a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. That scam requires you to visit a fake site, but the next one intercepts your data on networks you think are safe. 16. Evil twin Wi-Fi interception. You're in a cafe, desperate for Wi-Fi. You connect to coffeeshop_free_Wi-Fi and open your banking app to check your balance. But the network you just joined isn't the cafe's. It's a scammer's laptop broadcasting a fake hotspot. Every keystroke, every login, every card number you enter is being captured in real time. Security research shows over 25% of public Wi-Fi networks are vulnerable to man-in-the-middle attacks, with banking and payment logins being top targets. And it's not just cafes. Hotels are even easier targets, with dozens of guests connecting at once. Symantec found over 40% of hotel Wi-Fi networks have been breached at some point, often without the hotel ever knowing. And here's what no one wants to admit. Hotels know their Wi-Fi is vulnerable. Upgrading security costs money, so they slap up a use-at-your-own-risk disclaimer and move on. When you file a fraud claim, your bank asks if you used a secure network. The moment you say hotel or cafe, they deny your claim and call it negligence. To protect yourself, never enter banking details or make payments on public Wi-Fi. Use your phone's mobile data instead, or invest in a VPN for when you travel. Verify the exact network name with staff before connecting, and assume any public Wi-Fi could be compromised. That scam steals your data through the air, but this final one, they clone your entire card without ever touching your wallet. 17. Card cloning and RFID skimming. Your card never leaves your pocket, but someone just used it to buy $300 worth of electronics across town. With contactless payments now crossing $10 trillion globally, criminals have adapted. Using cheap NFC amplifiers and relay devices, they can capture the signal between your contactless card and a payment terminal, even from several feet away in a crowded space. In the UK, where contactless card use is extremely high, the industry recorded 7.6 $1.6 million in contactless fraud in 2022 alone. The attack works like this. One device near your pocket captures your card signal, while another device near a payment terminal relays it. The terminal thinks you tapped your card, the transaction goes through, and you don't find out until you check your statement. To protect yourself, use an RFID blocking wallet or card sleeve. They cost a few dollars and block the signal completely. Turn off contactless features on cards you don't actively use. Set low per-transaction limits on tap payments so large purchases require a PIN, and check your statements regularly for charges you don't recognize. These scams are spreading faster than banks can track them, and they're targeting the cards, phones, and apps you use every single day. If you're over 50, you're not just at risk, you're the primary target. Scammers know it. Banks know it. Now you know it too. Your best defense isn't a stronger password or a fancier app. It's knowing what to look for before you become the next victim. Have you or someone you know been hit by one of these scams? Drop your story in the comments. Your experience might save someone else from losing everything. In our next video, we're exposing how criminals are using medical bills and healthcare data to steal your identity and drain your accounts. A scam that's devastating seniors across the country.